Hello, I got top surgery. I have a real microphone. And I'm recording this on a real camera because my university let me have them. This happened a while ago now. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I got top surgery on the 3rd of August 2025 and it is now the 29th of November, so I've put off doing this video for ages. I wanted to keep everything documented. I got double incision with 3 nipple grafts with Kate Williams and Chloe Wright, with Kate Williams as my main surgeon. I got it done privately in the UK. It cost £9,495, which included everything. I'm very happy with the results. I would absolutely recommend them to anyone looking to get top surgery, to anyone who is thinking about it and can afford it. I would absolutely recommend them. I know Kate Williams also does the NHS with Manchester, the Manchester team, so definitely look into that if you are able to and you want to. Would highly recommend. She's lovely. The whole team at Pall Mall Medical, which is the private service she works with, were lovely. Like, it was genuinely just like a really good experience. I'll show you my results now. I don't know how well you can see that, probably not well at all. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. I think they did an excellent job. I did have, and I will attach pictures, but the only mild complications I had was I had a seroma on my right side under here. Wow, the lighting is terrible, but I had a seroma right here which made it look like there was like a lump, which I was pretty worried about because I thought it was like leftover fat. It wasn't, it was a seroma, which is completely normal with top surgery and any kind of surgery that involves removing a lot of fat. Very normal, very chill, very fine. So I'm almost 4 months post-op now, and I would say the seroma fully went away maybe a month ago, so at the 3-month mark. But I will also say they can last for longer than that, they can last for shorter than that. Seromas are the kind of thing where it's probably going to stress you out if you have one. No matter how small, it definitely stressed me out. I was like, my results are going to look weird, I'm going to have this weird bit of fat left over, because it looked kind of like a dog ear where it was sat, but it was not a dog ear, it was a seroma. It was very much stress inducing because it was not going away, but I would say it went away around the 3-month mark. So the process was, I emailed them at the start of the year in January, and I said, hey, I'm looking to get top surgery with either Kate or Chloe, because they were the two that I looked at and I liked the results of the most. And then I had to get a positive opinion from a psychiatrist in order to qualify. Then I had a couple of other appointments. I think maybe in total I had 3 online appointments with the patient outreach person, Mamuna, who is lovely. Love Mamuna. Big up Mamuna. I think I had one with Kate Williams as well. And then I had to go up to Manchester to see them in person and to see the I can never say that word, anesthesiologist or anesthetist, I don't know which one is correct, the anesthetic person. And they took pictures of my chest before, and Kate talked about how like the results were gonna look. She was telling me what's like doable. I went into the process thinking I might be able to get periareola, and it turns out I did not qualify for peri because not many people do qualify for peri. To be honest, if I had, put in any effort and like worked out my chest or anything like that, then I would have been in business and I probably would have qualified, but I didn't, so I didn't. That's just the way that it goes. The main reason I wanted peri is because I didn't want these scars that you can see I now have, and I wanted to maybe try and retain nipple sensation as well, but it was sort of a, little side one anyway. It wasn't like anything that I was super like crazy about. So she said that I wouldn't qualify for periareola, and she said she could do double incision instead, and I said that's completely fine. Whatever you think will get me the flattest. We did briefly discuss a thing called dermal flap technique, which is like the midpoint between peri and double incision. I don't know how it works, but they leave the nipple attached so that you might keep nipple sensation. But there's also a higher risk of a lot of like fat being left over because if you do that one. So I ended up not going with that, and I went with double incision instead. She said there was a possibility she might have to join my scars in the middle, which would mean I'd have one big scar. I said that's fine. I would rather you didn't, but you know, if you need to get it flat, that's totally fine. She ended up not needing to do that. After that, it was pretty much just a waiting game till surgery day. We went up to the hospital, I think the day or maybe a couple of days before. No, it was the day before. We stayed overnight because the hospital where I was getting it done was quite far away from where I live. So the surgeons wanted me to be close by in case I developed a hematoma or anything like that, or they needed to, you know, bring me back for whatever reason. So that we ended up staying in an Airbnb for like a week after surgery. That's me and my mum. Surgery day came, and I was very stressed, obviously. I was sort of shitting myself. It was an excited kind of stress. You know, I was very much like ready for it to happen. We went into the waiting room, we waited for maybe 20 minutes, and then Kate came in and was like, hey, what's up? She drew on my chest little markings. She said, actually, I don't think I'm gonna have to join your scars. I think all good. A couple other people came in, talked about risk, and the anesthesiologist came in, spoke to me about, you know, what was going to happen, what the process was. Maybe in total it was an hour, maybe 2 hours of waiting, and then it was time to go into the operating room. And I had the option to get wheeled down in a gurney if I didn't want to walk myself, but I felt okay walking myself. And then I got in the operating room and I was absolutely shitting myself, dude. Seeing it, like, there were so many people in there. There was, I don't know, like 6 to 8 maybe people in there, doctors and nurses and all. And I had to like lie down on the operating table myself, and I was sweating. I was so nervous, but luckily the nerves did not have to last for long because they basically immediately put an IV drip on me. And then a couple minutes after they put the IV drip in, it hit me, whatever opioid they gave me. And I was like, I went out when they put the mask on me. I was completely gone. And then, yeah, I woke up in the recovery room and it was done. I was pretty out of it for the day after, but I was very relieved that it had happened, obviously. And then for the next, I think 11 days, 10 or 11 days, I had to wear a compression garment 24/7. I wasn't allowed to look at my results except for when I took it off to wash my chest. I wasn't allowed to shower for that time, which sucked. I wasn't allowed to take off the dressings that they'd put on either, which sucked. And also I had the seroma on my right side, so I was very anxious that my results wouldn't be as I wanted them to be. But after the 10 days went by, we drove back up there and got the dressings removed, taken off, and they said, wow, you're healing really well, your nipples are taking very well, which they are. This one is slightly worse than this one, but that's whatever. They're very much in the pepperoni stage at the minute as well. So they said your nipples are taking very well, they're not going to fall off. And I said, yes, that was something I was quite scared about. I should be doing more scar treatment than I am. I should be doing scar massages, but I don't like the feeling of it. If and when one day I actually go to the gym, I won't look like a twink anymore. But, you know, we suffer through. We suffer through. I wanted to also just do a quick little like testosterone update as well, as far as like testosterone changes. I got up to 2 pumps of Testogel per day, where before I was on one day and then 2 the next day, and I'm now on 2 pumps a day, and I have been since I want to say April, but I don't know how accurate that is. After having upped my dose, I can't say I've noticed any more voice changes. I think my voice is probably going to settle around this, which I'm very happy with. I have noticed more facial hair. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. You're probably not. The lighting's too bad. But it does technically exist. Hold on. Let me get real close. Let me get real close. Okay, you can kind of see it. I don't know if it's focusing. It's probably not. But I do have more facial hair now. I'm trying to grow some sort of situation, but it's probably not going to happen for quite a few years. My dad never had very good facial hair, so whatever. Body hair, my legs are so hairy still. Like, you just saw I have no hair on my chest whatsoever. Like, I've got like a little like happy trail thing, but I don't have any hair on my chest or really that much on my arms either. I might have gotten hairier on my legs. I honestly can't tell. I've been so hairy on my legs for so long now. It's kind of insane. It's like there's two different people and I have someone else's legs. Oh, I am still getting voice cracks. Not like that many, but they do still happen from time to time, I suppose, as is to be expected. I do have a bit of an Adam's apple now. You probably won't be able to see it, because it's not like, if I do this angle, you might. I don't know. I wish I had more of an Adam's apple, to be honest. I feel like my neck looks quite feminine, which is stupid now that I'm saying that out loud, but I do feel that way. I feel like my face has gotten fatter again. I'm waiting for it to like cut and for me to have like a crazy jawline. I want to talk a bit about my bottom surgery progress as well, because things are moving in that front. Now that I'm over a year on testosterone, I qualify for getting on the waitlist for bottom surgery, so I'm now on the waitlist. The way it works with the NHS, which obviously I'm going NHS and not private, because private bottom surgery is really expensive and I'm probably never going to be able to afford it. On the NHS, the way it works is you need 2 positive medical opinions, whereas with top surgery you only need one, but with the NHS you need 2 different doctors to say yes, he needs lower surgery, and then you can get lower surgery. I'm probably going to end up getting metoidioplasty over phalloplasty, just because personally I prefer the way the results look, and I want to prioritize retaining sensation and like function over appearance and like size. I'm turning 20 in January, and I don't think it's going to happen until I'm like 25 at the least. That's if they're still offering bottom surgery in the NHS by then, obviously. We'll see what happens. I'm generally a lot happier now than I was pre-top surgery. Although getting top surgery has made me realise that I do definitely want bottom surgery, which is not something that I thought before. Before I was sort of iffy on it, like, oh, you know, maybe in the future. But now I'm like, no, I definitely do want it, because it's like the last thing now that's like causing me distress, because now that I don't have to worry about my chest dysphoria anymore, that's like the only thing that I'm focusing on. So yeah, I mean, generally things are good, transition wise, politics wise, and the world wise, maybe not, but you know, we suffer through it. I don't know when I'm gonna post again. It's pretty cool. I have all this access to all this cool equipment now, and I can do the thing where I have a thing on my monitor in the background. That's the thing that YouTubers do. I hope you like it. I put it there because I got comments on the last video saying I didn't realise this guy was trans until he started talking about blah blah blah. End of thing.